Hi, friend. So today we are talking about something that sounds like it's straight out of a science fiction movie, but it's actually real. Imagine walking into a store, grabbing what you need, and instead of pulling out your wallet, your phone, or even your smartwatch, you simply wave your hand and pay for everything. No cash, no debit card, no credit card, just your hand. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, absolutely not, while others are probably saying, sign me up. So as we're watching this together, I want you to think of one question. Would you ever put a microchip in your hand if it made your everyday life easier? Don't answer just yet, friend. Let's talk about it first, and then I want you to decide. From what I've heard, these microchips are completely optional, and people who choose to get them can use them for different everyday tasks, just like paying for purchases, unlocking their homes, unlocking their cars, getting into office buildings, or even accessing certain areas at work. The idea is to make daily life faster and more convenient by having everything in one place. It's interesting because if you really think about it, technology has slowly been moving in this direction for years. We went from carrying cash everywhere to using debit and credit cards, then to tapping our cards, and then to paying with our phones and smartwatches. So in a way, this almost feels like the next step in that evolution. Around the time these chips started getting more attention, Sweden became one of the countries most associated with using them. Sweden has been moving toward becoming a largely cashless society for years, and that's one reason the technology found interest there. While people in countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, and a few others have also experimented with these implants, Sweden is still generally considered the place where they've seen the widest public adoption. The companies behind this technology believed they were looking ahead to the future. They noticed that younger generations are using cash less and less. Instead of reaching for a wallet, many people simply pull out their phone or tap their smartwatch to pay. The thinking was that if people are already comfortable carrying technology with them every day, some might even prefer carrying it inside their bodies instead. Now, before we go any further, these chips are actually very small, about the size of a grain of rice. And even though they are tiny, they can store information that allows compatible systems to recognize them for things like access or payments. One concern that was raised, though, is whether technology like this could leave some people behind. Not everyone is comfortable with rapidly changing technology. Many older adults have spent most of their lives using cash, keys, and physical cards. For some people, that idea of putting technology under their skin might sound confusing or frightening. Others may simply prefer doing things the traditional way, and that's completely understandable.
I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my That's the coolest thing ever.
Wow, you can definitely hear how excited she is that it worked for the first time. It's always interesting seeing someone's genuine reaction when they're trying new technology. Now, on the screen, we're seeing what the implantation process actually looks like. As you can tell, the chip itself is incredibly small and it's placed just under the skin, usually between the thumb and index finger. For many people, the procedure only takes a few moments. Once the chip is in place, people can use it for all kinds of everyday tasks. We're seeing examples of people buying snacks from vending machines, unlocking secure doors, opening their cars, entering office buildings, and paying for purchases with nothing more than a quick wave of their hand. I can definitely understand why some people would think this is convenient. Imagine never forgetting your work badge, your home keys, or your wallet because they're essentially always with you. For people who enjoy new technology, I can see why this would be exciting. On the other hand, friend, I also understand why many people are hesitant. Some people worry about privacy. It goes against some people's religions. Others wonder how secure the technology really is. Some ask what happens if the technology changes years later, or if they simply decide they don't want it anymore. And then there are people who just don't like the idea of putting any type of electronic device into their body, no matter how small it is. It's really one of those things, or one of those topics, I should say, where there doesn't seem to be just one right answer. What feels incredibly convenient to one person might feel uncomfortable to someone else. I also wonder how common something like this could be in the future. Years ago, many people thought paying with your phone sounded strange. Now millions of people do it every single day without thinking twice. Could implanted chips eventually become just another normal part of everyday life? Or will they always remain something that only a small number of people will choose to do? I'm curious what you think, friend. Would you trust this technology? Would you feel comfortable using it to pay for groceries, to unlock your front door at home, or get into work every day? Or do you think cash, cards, and traditional keys are still a better option? Personally, I think it's fascinating to watch how quickly technology keeps changing. Whether you love the idea or completely disagree with it, it's definitely something that gets people talking. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if you would insert this chip into your hand, and I will see you in the next one, friend.